Welcome to 926 Style with Toby the King, where I'll be your talk show host, bringing you trending topics that relates to the world of beauty and fashion. We would like to dedicate this show to breast cancer survivors all across America. We proudly salute your survival. On today's show, there's an ever-growing era of makeup, from the artistry of makeup to the artists behind the makeup. Many people are finding it an absolute must to have a professional makeup artist in achieving a polished look, while others may disagree to say that I don't need to wear makeup. Why? We've invited two professional makeup artists to share their experiences in the when, how, and where to make up. So you want to stay locked in for this mid-season educational, informative chat on 926 Style with Toby the King.
Thanks for tuning in to 926 Stylz with Toby the King. If you would like to appear on the show, please feel free to email us directly at tobytheking@hotmail.com or by calling our office at 334-524-9016. On 926 Stylz, we feature guests from hairstylists to barbers, makeup artists to models, and fashion designers to brand representatives. Now, back to 926 Stylz with Toby the King.
What's up, everybody? Right here on 926 Style. Our first guest here today is none other than the multi-talented diva herself, Mrs. TOMEKIA Day. TOMEKIA holds an associate degree in marketing management and accounting, an LPN and state of Georgia life insurance licensee. Mrs. Day is a divisional leader for Primerica and an American Cross certified instructor. Last but definitely not least, Mrs. Day is a certified makeup artist from Artistry Makeup Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. She's the proud owner of Trinity Financial Service, LLC, and Beauty Mark Makeup and Eyelash Studio in West Point, Georgia. It's undoubtedly Mrs. Day is the epitome of a multidisciplinary diva. Alongside Mrs. Day is the one and only Mr. Fuller Rogers, best known as Mr. FANCII himself. Mr. Kardashian's FANCII Kardashian at that. FANCII Kardashian is a self-taught makeup artist for almost 5 years and counting. Mr. FANCII has been seen, his work has been seen on many celebrities worldwide, including the Rose of Gospel, Dr. Dorinda Clark Cole, and others. Serving as the lead makeup artist one year for the American Family Insurance, Your Dream is Out There singing competition, and televised taping. To artists, brand promotionals, makeup artists, Mr. FANCII is currently pursuing his completion for an esthetician degree while yet being the full-time owner and operator at FANCII K Beauty Services in LaGrange, Georgia. Today's guests have such a plethora of skills and passions. However, the two things that they both share are God and makeup. Let's welcome today to 926 Style, Mr. FANCII and Miss TOMEKIA. Oh, Miss TOMEKIA and Mr. FANCII, I'm so glad to have you all today. I tell you, we're going to just dive right into this conversation because I am ready to learn about makeup. I want to ask both of you all a question first. First, you, Miss Day, when did you first pick up your first makeup and why?
Well, Toby, I was a little girl, teenage years, and just, we start off with lipstick and a little mascara on our eyelashes and stuff. And I really was intrigued with eyebrows. So I'm like a perfectionist when it comes to drawing on eyebrows.
Yes. Oh, wow. I tell you, you have mastered them eyebrows. I mean, we can look at yours and tell you mastered them. Yes. As a matter of fact, may I add, when I get ready to select a makeup artist, I want to look at how well they can do brows.
Okay.
Brows to me kind of set the tone.
I
Is
agree.
that true? Or
I agree. The first thing I do when the client sits in my chair is cleanse the face with toner and moisturize, and I go straight to the brows.
Wow.
To me, the brows, once I get the shape of the face and the right brow shape for that face, then the rest of the color, the contour, everything just falls into place.
Wow, that is amazing. Well, Mr. FANCII, being a male makeup artist, I am curious to know, when did you pick up your first brush and why?
Well, Mr. Toby, to be honest with you, makeup was nowhere in my agenda. I never planned to do makeup at all. It started off with me working behind the scenes of fashion shows because I really wanted to be a fashion show coordinator and runway coach. And being behind the scenes on one of the sets, one of the helpers in the back asked me to kind of touch up one of the girls' makeup. She gave me some foundation, eyeshadow. I knew nothing about it. I was telling her I could barely put on Carmex.
Wow.
I was asked, and I think they kind of expected for me to know, considering that I was there to help kind of style people, showing them how to walk and all of this, but I had no clue of it. So with that being said, after that show, I decided to just kind of look more into it, pick up a few tips just in case that ever happened. And at that point, I just, once I started looking into it, it kind of intrigued me. And I just started picking up from it at that point, and it started off as a hobby, and now I'm doing it full time.
And you have certainly mastered it. I must tell you, you have mastered it. And I tell you, while we're speaking, I am curious to know, what are some of the do's in makeup artistry?
Well, one of the things I think that a lot of people have an issue with is color matching. I think that's one of the first things that you really have to be able to target. And in the midst of doing that, you really have to make sure that you have the proper lighting. And having the proper lighting is definitely, that's like the rule of thumb. Start with that first. And from that point, you can kind of, it trickles down. Then you can make sure that you're looking at the right pigments of the skin to detect what foundation is needed for that client. So that's the first thing I would say. Definitely make sure you tackle to get the right lighting. And at that point, with the color matching, you need to pay attention to the undertones of the skin.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't know. You can't really just go and say, go in Walmart and just look at the bottle and say, okay, this looks like my color. You really have to test it out on you, see how it blends, look at the quality of the product, the ingredients of the product. So those are, I would probably say, at the top of the list for me, lighting and being able to make sure that you're matching the foundation.
I want to add this right here. I know I have been on sets with different makeup artists, and they have this thing, like, especially when you're behind the stage, waiting for the artist to go out, and they have this thing on their head with this little light on it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Like
I
the
was like,
electrician
what you about to
light.
say?
I know.
That intrigued me to see that.
Yes, it's like
But
what-
they say, I mean, every makeup artist that I've seen with that, they say that they have to have the proper lighting when they get ready to touch artists up before they get ready to go, and especially if it's a televised set.
And you know what, that, I know exactly what you're talking. A lot of people use that for, like, when they're working on cars and things like that.
Okay,
But that's actually important because I recall a set where I was behind the scenes and we were touching up and it was dark back there. We ended up having to pull out cell phone lights because I'm like, I can't see. It's jet black back here. I can't see anything. And that, that's not something that you want to rely on, is the light from a cell phone to give you the proper lighting that you need if you need to do any touching up or anything like that. So yeah, that's something that's really, really important.
Wow.
Because with those lights, they actually have like a certain beam on it to where you can adjust it to where it can be beamed in one spot, or you can adjust it to where it kind of broads out. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's really important. Of course, we want to have the proper lighting with you wherever you go, where you're set up to do the makeup. But of course, when you're touching up, you can't bring a full ring light or just a pull-out light with you. You need something that's going to be
convenient.
Right, more convenient for you. So having that on your head, you're not having to hold it with your hands. And so it works.
Yeah.
Wow. Mrs. Day, I want to ask you, what are some of the do's of makeup artists?
Well, Toby, in my experience, I like to listen to the client. Some clients want bold, dramatic lashes. Some clients want to have lashes that you look like their lashes, you know. So just listening and catering to the client needs and wants for whatever the occasion is one. And piggyback on what FANCII said, lighting is definitely essential to applying the makeup properly. And also getting under the eye, or making that fine line with the eyeliner and the brow strokes. Yeah, you need the proper lighting.
Wow, I tell you, I am learning so much today about makeup already. I need to hire both of you all to work on this thing. You know what? Mrs. Day, I want you to tell me, both of you all have told me some of the do's. Now, I'm sure with every do, there is a don't.
Yes.
So I want to know, what are some of the don'ts of makeup artistry?
Well, Toby, my number one don't is you can't put your brows or your eyeshadow blend on everybody. Okay, you first have to identify the face shape. My face shape is round, so arch eyebrows will be the brow that fit my face. If you have a long or oval shaped face, rounded brows usually go with those face shapes.
You heard that, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
So you don't want to just put arched brows, high arched brows, or rounded brows on everyone. So it's critical that you study, like face shapes, brow shapes, the best brow lashes shape for the face shape, and then you can satisfy the client that way.
Wow, that is amazing. Mr. FANCII, what are some of the don'ts that you found that don't work for you in makeup artists?
Gotcha. Well, one of the things, skincare is a really big thing for me. And what people have to understand is, once it comes to you wanting to get makeup done, you have to have, we all want the perfect canvas, which of course, the skin is not always going to be perfect. But one thing that you want to keep in mind is you want to make sure you have no active breakouts when it comes to wanting to get in a makeup application. Now, there are, some makeup artists who will overlook that and say, hey, you're a client, you're paying, I'll do it. But being able to pay attention to the skin, and, this is just kind of to let the future clients know that if you're not taking care of your skin at home, that that's going to prevent you from being able to receive the services, whether it's for an event, a date night. If you have, open acne situations that's going on your face, that's going to prevent you as a contraindication of you being able to receive service. So that's one of the don'ts for me, is offering services to someone that's really has a lot going on with the skin.
You know what? That is amazing. We're about to take a break, but I want to find out just when we come back, because we understand that a lot of makeup artists don't have a background as an esthetician. So I want to know, what do you do to protect the skin or to address the skin? We want to know that when we come back on 926 Stylz. Stay tuned right there.
We have an amazing offer for our viewing audience from 926 Stylz. Do you desire to go from curly to silky straight with the stroke of a professional silkening straightener? Toby the King has designed your solution, the opulent signature flat iron. This beautiful, rich purple titanium plated 1.5-inch straightening iron has the heating capability of 250 to 450 degrees. This will achieve that silkening professional look used by models today. This beautifully designed product also comes with a gold signature by Toby the King. If you also desire to achieve those precise professional haircuts, Toby the King has designed the exquisite, vibrant purple hair shears. They will give you that trendy and precise professional cut you are seeking. These are a must-have for your beauty needs. Either one of these exclusive beauty products designed by celebrity hairstylist Toby the King can be yours today by visiting www.tobytheking.com or simply calling 334-524-9016.
What's up, everybody? I'm celebrity hairstylist Toby the King. I have something just for you. My autobiography, A Dead Promise Resurrected. If you're going through anything, a toxic relationship, you have been diagnosed with some terminal illness, hear my story. You can get it today at 334-524-9016 or by visiting my website, www.tobytheking.com. Welcome back to 926 Style with Toby the King. We're having a very informative, empowering conversation with two makeup artists that when I tell you I highly look up to in this industry. It's none other than Mr. FANCII and Mrs. TOMEKIA Day. As I said just before the break, I want to know, what do you all do, starting with you, Mr. FANCII? Because I know in your bio, you are presently getting an esthetician license. So,
Yes.
Tell me, how do you treat the skin? What do you do?
Well, I don't want to make it seem like it's complicated, but it's different. It's similar steps, but it's kind of different angles that you go about it based upon the type of skin that you have. Because you have ranges of skin from dry skin to oily skin, combination skin, which is a mixture of dry and oily. So you kind of have to tackle it kind of differently. But the main things are making sure that you're cleansing the face. Because the skin is exposed to so much, unfortunately, in the world today with pollution in the air, people smoking, and you don't see it with the naked eye. But it's so much debris from people burning things, and it's just floating in the air. So with you going out into the world with a clean face, not only do you cleanse, you have to make sure that you're toning, using a serum, using a moisturizer, because once you cleanse the face, you're pretty much creating a barrier for the face to protect the skin, to say, okay, we got a clean face, but we're protecting you, kind of like putting a shell over it. So that when you go out into the world, all of that debris and pollution and everything else won't have such a strong effect on your skin.
Wow.
And that's why it's important to do the same cleansing process at night before you go to bed, because just in case anything did make, that contact with your skin, you're able to remove that, because the body is repairing itself while you're asleep.
I want to ask you a question. Do you educate your clients on how to take care of their skin?
I do, and one of my main reasons for wanting to pursue this degree is because I had so many clients that had so many skin issues and skin conditions, and a lot of them I was familiar with. You could recognize it with the eye, but a lot of times they would ask me questions, and I didn't want to just give an answer. I could have easily done it; they would have believed me. But I would tell them, well, you know what, let me kind of do some research. I'll get with you within the next couple of days. So I would text them, email them, and say, hey, I found this out. Try this product, but I'm just basing it off of what I've read online. Wow. So at that point, I ran into it so much, I said, you know what, I need to further my education with this skincare. And it really made me realize that it was more than just about just makeup.
Yeah.
Starting off, because like they say, when you know better, you do better. I just looked at it as, okay, I'm a makeup artist. I'll do your makeup, make you pretty. That's it. But after really getting more education into it, I'm like, wow, before I even apply the makeup, the canvas has to be set. And it may not be perfect, but there are some things that I can do to help you to get to that place of making the skin better. So I'm like, if I'm doing that, it's making my job easier as a makeup artist to be able to make sure that the skin is prepped and ready. And it works hand in hand. It really, really does. So like I said, just making sure that you're cleansing, you're toning, and using the serum. And it sounds like a lot, but once you get your own home kind of regimen skincare routine, it's nothing. You cleanse, do those few products. You do it that morning, that night, And and you'll see a dramatic change in your skin.
I tell you, thank you, because I've learned this, a number of things thus far from both of you all, but now I know to address a person's face as a canvas.
Yes.
That is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
You know,
beautiful.
it's art. So
Beautiful. Okay, Miss Day, how do you address skincare?
Well, Toby, I do educate my clients also. Everything Fancy said, but educating the client and encouraging them to also take care of their skin. We go and we get nails done, we get hair done. We need to exfoliate at least weekly, depending on.
What is exfoliate?
Exfoliate.
How do you even pronounce it?
Exfoliate. And there's two different kinds of exfoliations. There's it's like a debris, almost like if you get the scrub at the nail salon. It feel rough in the beginning, little moisture beads that removes all the dead skin away from the top layer of your skin. Or you have a chemical exfoliation. That's my favorite. Mary Kay, actually, not advertising for Mary Kay, but Mary Kay actually has an awesome chemical exfoliation. But you feel the tingling sensation of it removing the top layer of the dead cells on your face. But I encourage everyone to exfoliate at least weekly and always cleanse. I like to cleanse with black soap, but that's my preference. I do not recommend Caress and Dial regular soap. Use facial soap, Neutrogena, or whatever. It doesn't matter if it costs $5 or $20. You don't have to go to Clinique, but just cleanse your skin with a face wash. Tone it, which just removing excess dirt and oil that you may have missed in the cleansing process, and sets the pH balance back to the skin, and moisturize. If you're dry, moisturize with a dry moisturizer. If you're oily, moisturize with an oily moisturizer.
Wow, I tell you, but this needs to be a part two, but I have thoroughly enjoyed both of you all today. I want both of you all, starting with you, Ms. Day, to look into the camera and to just let everyone know how they can get in touch with you.
Oh, awesome. You guys, I'm located at 721 3rd Avenue, downtown West Point, Georgia. The name of the business is Beauty Mart. You'll see my logo with the side face with the arched eyebrow and the pink and the red lips. But we're located downtown West Point.
Social media?
Yes, Facebook is Tamika Day or Beauty Mart. I also have Trinity Financials on social media. Or call me, 706-668-7304.
Thank you, Mr. Fancy.
All right, where you guys can definitely contact me on Facebook. I have two Facebook pages, actually. FANCII Kardashian, that's FANCY Kardashian, just like Kim Kardashian. Also, I have Kardash Fancy, that's KARDASH FANCII. You can contact me on Instagram at FANCYKidMUA, FANCII_KIDD_MUA. And my phone number is 706-333-3478. I am located, my business, Fancy K Beauty Services, is located downtown LaGrange. Right across from the courthouse is at 119 Ridley Avenue, Suite 301, LaGrange, Georgia.
Thank you so much, both of you all,
pleasure.
for coming today. And I promise you, the next time I see you, I'm going to have been and worked on this case.
Okay.
It has been a good thing having you all today. Stay tuned to 926 for the style of the day. You don't want to touch that dial.
Thanks for tuning in to 926 Stylz with Toby the King. If you would like to appear on the show, please feel free to email us directly at tobytheking@hotmail.com or by calling our office at 334-524-9016. On 926 Stylz, we feature guests from hairstylists to barbers, makeup artists to models, and fashion designers to brand representatives. Now, back to 926 Stylz with Toby the King.
Welcome to the Style Seat with celebrity hairstylist Toby the King. Today's model is in honor of Breast Cancer Survivors Month. What I've done is I've taken a very jazzy look. I've added different shades of pink tones into her hair. I've razored her hair, just kind of gave her a wispy look across the face, just to kind of slightly go across the face some. And I gave her just a little bit of a mohawky look in the back, just wispy around the sides of her neck to give her that very jazzy look in honor of the breast cancer survivors. Thanks for tuning in to The Style Seat with celebrity hairstylist Toby the King.
We have an amazing offer for our viewing audience from 9TWO6 Stylz. Do you desire to go from curly to silky straight with the stroke of a professional silkening straightener? Toby the King has designed your solution, the opulent signature flat iron. This beautiful, rich purple titanium plated 1.5-inch straightening iron has the heating capability of 250 to 450 degrees. This will achieve that silkening professional look used by models today. This beautifully designed product also comes with a gold signature by Toby the King. If you also desire to achieve those precise professional haircuts, Toby the King has designed the exquisite, vibrant purple hair shears. They will give you that trendy and precise professional cut you are seeking. These are a must-have for your beauty needs. Either one of these exclusive beauty products designed by celebrity hairstylist Toby the King can be yours today by visiting www.tobytheking.com or simply calling 334-524-9016.
What's up, everybody? I'm celebrity hairstylist Toby the King. I have something just for you. My autobiography, A Dead Promise Resurrected. If you're going through anything, a toxic relationship, you have been diagnosed with some terminal illness, hear my story. You can get it today at 334-524-9016 or by visiting my website, www.tobytheking.com. We've come to the close of another very interesting show today, Makeup 101. I've learned so much, and I'm sure you have too. Right before you go, I want to give you a power moment of the day. That is evolve versus rebranding. We evolve, we don't rebrand. You don't go back and change the foundation, you only add to. So make sure that you set the foundation straight so that you won't have to rebrand, but you can evolve, which means to grow and to take it even higher and to enhance what you've already built. Thanks for tuning in to 9TWO6 Style with Toby the King. See you again on next week.